Okay, so what I have here is a long tube, which is open at both ends. And I put a balloon on either end of the pipe, which you'll see why in a second. But this is a semi-permeable membrane, so air can still move at the end of these pipes. There are a bunch of small holes drilled into the top of this pipe, and this pipe is attached to a large tank of propane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this tube with propane. And then I'm going to put a speaker on one end of this tube, which will vibrate the gas inside of this tube. If you analyze the waves that will fit inside of a tube with two ends open, you will find certain characteristic wavelengths, which means certain characteristic frequencies. That means we'll have standing waves for certain characteristic frequencies of this tube. And I'll show you in just a second what that looks like. So now gas is going through this tube, and I'm going to ignite it. There we go. So we have a flame that ignites the propane inside this tube. And I have this function generator over here which can generate waves of a certain frequency. And I calculated the fundamental frequencies of this tube. So let's turn on this function generator and see what happens when we reach one of these fundamental frequencies. The first one is about 150 hertz. Let's turn it down a little bit. We see we have one node in the middle. This is an area where the air pressure is at a minimum. And this is the first fundamental frequency of this tube. I can go to the second fundamental frequency of this tube. This should have two nodes, whereas this just has the one. So let me increase the frequency. And we should see where this happens. Here we have one node and two nodes. So this is the next fundamental frequency. This is where standing waves fit perfectly inside of this tube. I can even go to the next highest frequency, which is about 300 hertz. You can hear the frequency increasing. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 nodes. So this is the next highest fundamental frequency. I can keep going as the frequency gets higher. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. Let's see if I can get the next one. This is at about 450 hertz. Let's see. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes that you can see along the pipe. Let's see if I can make that come up a little bit clearer. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see if I can get the last harmonic. This is about 520 hertz. If I put more gas in it, it'll work. Let's see. there we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes. This is the last fundamental frequency that I can reach for this wave. Pretty cool, right? So now I've turned off my function generator, but there's still a lot of propane inside of my tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my regulator, close my gas. I'm going to open up my regulator again, which will release all of the gas inside of the tube. But there's still quite a bit of gas left over inside of this tube. And what I can do is use the sheer power of my lungs to get all of the fire outside of this tube. There's actually a surprising amount of gas in here, so let me do another one. You definitely don't want to try this at home. There's even so much gas in here. Let me see if I can get it out of this side of the tube. Whoa! And now it's all gone. Ta-da!